Well, they're getting ready. Can the Lakers run these guys out? And it's important. If the Lakers don't want this series to stretch out, John, because obviously Anthony Davis, LeBron James are piling up enormous amount of minutes on the floor. If they can end this series real quick, don't let this sucker go to 7. That means they get almost a week off, which is huge for those old dogs at the top of the roster.
No doubt.
I think the other fascinating thing to me is that the Lakers have won 7 of 10 in the playoff run. This coming right on the heels of them forging their way, forcing their way, dragging their way into the play-in series. Lakers are getting contributions from different guys on different nights. So I guess that's good that we can have a guy come off the bench and score 15 points in one quarter, as the Lakers got from Lonnie Walker. And I think it's good that Jared Vanderbilt gives them really valuable minutes in certain matchup situations that he can kind of dominate defensively. And it's obviously good that they're going to get some points off the bench from people like Dennis Schroeder and Rui Hachimura. If this continues the way it's continued and they can get rest between the series because they're winning these series early, I think the Lakers are an NBA Finals team. Now, granted, they're going to have to play the next enemy, and that might be Denver or it might be Phoenix, and those won't be easy series. But if they're rested while those other guys are grinding through 7-game beat your brains out series, that's a wild card thing in favor of the Lakers. So, I mean, to me, it's really impressive how it's, quote, finally come together post-trade deadline, and Darvin Ham just keeps pushing buttons, and right guy pops up, and here's Lonnie Walker hitting 4 shots in a row off the bench and scoring 15 in one quarter. Difference maker, just like all, the Hachimuras of the world, difference maker. So this is kind of cool.
Yeah. Lonnie who, when he came out and he scored, and this is what makes a team great, when you have contributions from different guys every night, because you can't depend on the superstars to have 30-point games all the time. These role players need to have their moments. So yeah, I think the Lakers are very well set up to go deep in this playoffs, even if they just barely snuck in. Because when you've got LeBron and AD, I mean, anything can happen.
Well, those guys playing 42 to 45 minutes a night, that's a lot of wear and tear on guys with 100,000 miles on them. Quick comment on Golden State. They've had a phenomenal run under Steve Kerr, the Splash Brothers, etc. But you look at them now collectively and you critique them. And here's a team, for example, that had a 10, 12-point lead. And they're coasting in the third quarter, and they're coming down on launching shots from the next area code with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, rather than running plays, taking time off the clock, and they miss the threes, The ball's going the other way, and the Lakers are putting it in the hole. And all of a sudden, 12 is down to 2, and then the Lakers just absolutely go crazy. So Golden State's methodology that used to work with the Splash Brothers doesn't seem to be working right now because everybody's missing threes. They're undersized in the paint. They're having a really tough time with Anthony Davis. And they do move the ball, and they do want to force tempo, but, man, they turn it over an awful lot. So I just don't know that this is the same Golden State team that we said, wow, look at how great this group has become, because it's just not working now. And Kerr is one of the bright, smart guys in the league. And I just sit there and say to myself, can't you control this? Can't you make it fit better so you're not burning all these leads and burning up your great star players?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, because it's like those role players. Because, you roll the clock back 5 years ago, I mean, Durant was on this team, and they've had other really great players that have complemented the Splash Brothers and Draymond. But, their game is that tempo, that extra pass to get guys involved. But they are getting a little long in the tooth. And I think, Draymond Green kind of wears on the refs, wears on the fans. And he's one of those players, and, is he one of those players where you're happy he's on your team, but you hate him if he's on the other team?
Yeah, but he's also a little bit high maintenance, I think. You need to draw the line. Don't step over the line, Draymond, because it's going to have a negative impact on who we are and what we're trying to do.
Yeah, but still, Curry is just so special to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the way he plays the game. I mean, he can hit the impossible shot. He can drive the lane and flip it over his head. He had that one behind the back pass that was incredible. So that guy is brilliant. But I do think they fall in love with the three. You get Jordan Poole in there. He thinks he's Curry version 2.0. He starts launching it. So sometimes I think, they should rethink things. They don't have the bulk to go up against the Lakers. But if they have that fast pass, move that ball around, they can find the man in the open spot.
Okay, let's talk about the